give rise to seed to another tree. In this way, one's own existence can be compared to a tree. The sap is like kilesa butter, round of kilesas, defilements, and the fruit which bears as a result of the sap can be compared to kamma butter, the round of actions, and one's own existence. The new tree is that like one's own existence, new existence, vibhaka butter, the round of results. So the nourishing factors of kilesas and kilesa sap in the human beings are none other than the sensual pleasure, the worldly pleasures, wishing to enjoy desirable, pleasurable sights, sounds, and so on. All these things are responsible for the development, for the nourishment of the kilesa sap, the sap of defilements. Now, how does defilements arise as a result of this sensual or worldly pleasure? Now it runs like this: not seeing the flaws, the defects of sensual pleasure, ramagunas, not seeing that they have no security, and seeing them as pleasurable. They are pleasures, but they are perilous. Not seeing them as perilous pleasures, not seeing them as fatal pleasures. They are pleasures, no doubt, but they are perilous and fatal, and not seen as such. Once one does not see things in this way, as they are, one is bound to see things in a different way, that is, seeing them as pleasurable. It is nice to enjoy desirable sights, sounds, and so on. In this way, not seeing the flaws, not seeing the disadvantages, not seeing the dangers in the sense of pleasures, one is bound to see things in a reverse way. That means they are pleasurable. Not seeing, just not seeing as such is known as Abhidipadi Avijja in Pali. Simple unknowing, simple ignorance, not knowing as it is, as they are. Not only that, one goes one step further. that is seeing in a reverse way, an opposite way, thinking that they are pleasurable. Not only not seeing the dangers, but one seeing pleasure. But pleasure in these things. This is seeing reverse way is known as, in Pali, as Mecha Patipati Avijja, misperception or misconception. So, in this way, there is bound to be, basically, one is bound to be perverted. Once one does not see flaws in these sense of pleasures, one is bound to see them as pleasurable. That it is nice to enjoy desirable sights, sounds, and so on, and this will give rise to more and more craving, tanha. Once you crave, once you seize an object, or once you come into possession of an object, you want to grasp it, seize it, not wishing to let go this object. Furthermore, there will be this view clinging as regards view, namely the view of self or soul. It is I who is seeing, it is I who is hearing, it is I who is enjoying, and so on. In this way there will be this view clinging, the clinging about views. So this is how the sensual pleasures, worldly pleasures, are nourished by kilesas, or how the sensual pleasures nourish kilesas. The other way around. When there rises the defilements, there is bound to be actions performed as a result of defilements, and this is how actions are performed as a result of defilements. Actions will be performed by body, speech and mind, whether they are justified or not, whether they are moral or immoral. Actions will be performed so that they become kamic. That means they are actions performed by body, speech and mind. If the actions are moral, then one is bound to be reborn as human beings in the form of vipaka pada, the round of results. And if one performs unwholesome actions, one is bound to fall into the states of loss, where there is no chance of performing meritorious deeds.
Tata, what? Ujjali Tata, what? Area Kappa. No area the Kachikola, Kuala, the Kakali, Kama, the water. Not a body, mother, you that you need a
once one comes into new existence, there's bound to be these anusaya, latent tendencies, in the form of avijja, tanha, upadana, ignorance, craving, and grasping, as anusaya, latent or dormant tendencies. They are also called potentialities. You can call them as potentialities. They have the potential energy, potential power. Although one cannot see them, one cannot see these potentialities, they are there. If you sow the seed, although you cannot see the potentiality in the seed, you can understand that there is a potentiality from the fact that the seed gives rise to a new plant, can sprout into a new sapling. So we can understand that there is a potentiality, that is the potential element or hidden element. Now, when one begins the new existence, these potentialities, these latent tendencies of avijja, tanha, upadana, ignorance, craving, and grasping are bound to be involved, are bound to be attached, are bound to exist in one's own existence, and they tend to become developed into actions, and actions can develop into new existence, and with the new existence there will be these potentialities, latent tendencies of avijja, tanha, upadana, and in this way fruiting or giving rise to the seed. So the seed, the round of this round will be cut off at this stage. So also, now we have these karma, actions leading to results. In order to reach that, there is this potentiality which gives rise to new becoming. Now this potentiality, the kilesa set, has to be dried up. When the kilesa set is dried up, then there will be no potentiality, there will be no dormant tendencies, they will be destroyed. In this way the round can be cut off. Therefore, seeing danger, peril in samsaric existence, detesting them. If one detests, then one has got to destroy the causes for this samsaric danger. That is the destruction of kilesas, the kilesa set, the drying up and the total destruction of kilesas. Hence, the bhikkhu is the one who destroys kilesa, kilesa benediti bhikkhu, kilese benediti bhikkhu. That means bhikkhu is the one, bhikkhu is called as such because she destroys kilesas.
ဒီအတုပ်ခွဲရပြီးရင်းယုံနဲ့ဒီအတုပ်ကြတယ်ကကျင်းသွားပုံသွားဘူးလို့ဒါကြပြီးကျင်းရဲ့အကြောင်းအရင်ကဒီလိုသာဆက်ရှိနိုင်ပါမှာဒါမှတရားပြီးတော့သက်တယ်
Therefore, it goes without saying, not simple seeing dangers in the samsara cannot free oneself from these dangers, samsara. They will not dry up. They will not become exhausted. One will not become free. One will not be liberated from suffering. Only when one can destroy the kilesas, which are the root cause of samsara, then only one will be liberated or free from samsaric danger. So this kilesa set comes from where? Comes from these sensual pleasures, wishing to enjoy desirable sights, sounds and so on. All these they lead to kilesa set. Or kilesa set has the origin in the craving for desirable sense impressions. So if one wishes to weaken or subdue this kilesa set, one has got to note, apply mindfulness at the point of seeing, hearing, tasting, touching and so on, with one mindfulness. So kilesas can be protected, or the mind can be protected from kilesas with the application of mindfulness, sati. Hence the Buddha's answer to his own question, namely, Ida Bhikkhave Bhikkhu Patarakena Chittasa Samanagato Hoti. Ida Bhikkhave, in this dispensation, O monks, in this dispensation, the monk or the bhikkhu who sees danger in samsara and is bent on destroying kilesas is possessed of the bhikkhu or yogi is possessed of a mind guarded by vigilant mindfulness. In other words, note every arising at the moment of seeing, hearing, tasting, touching and so on, with vigilant mindfulness.
လည်းတွေ့နေရတယ်ဘာမှမမြင်လို့မရဘူး
So just note every arising. That means the mind is protected. What is protected? The mind is protected. From where is it protected? The mind is protected from the kilesa, dangers. Therefore, if one is not mindful, then one will not know what is arising. Not only not knowing what is arising, one will know in a distorted manner, in the wrong way. Not only unknowing, but knowing in a wrong way, leading to craving for sense desires. So if you just exercise mindfulness in a small way, you will be relieved in a small way. If you exercise mindfulness to a considerable extent, to some extent, then you will be relieved to some extent. If you exercise full mindfulness or mindfulness fully, then you will be fully protected and you will be fully relieved. So this can be verified by the devoted yogis.
ဘုရားကတော့စိတ်တိုင်းမှာရှိပြီးတောက်လို့ရှိတာအဲဒီလိုတော့ဘောကိုကျက်လို့ရှိတယ်ဒီလိုမျိုးဒီကျန်လာတော့ဒီလိုမှရှိတယ်အဲဒီမှာရှိတယ်ဒီမှာရှိတယ်ဒီမှာရှိတယ်ဒီမှာရှိတယ်ဒီမှာရှိတယ်ဘောင်းလေးမှာရှိတယ်ဒီလေးမှာရှိတယ်Suara yang kami cari masih kue kami berapa tahu ini sudah tahu ini.
In short, there is a maxim in Vipassana practice. Guard your mind with vigilant mindfulness of every arising. Every arising means every seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, every sitting, every rising, falling, every sitting, touching, every lifting, moving, placing, every bending, stretching. That's it. This is your self-protection. In this way, if you are self-protected with mindfulness, you are bound to be secure. And if you are secure, you will be free from the bondage of these kilesas. Then you are bound to keep peace. In this way, you are destroying, you are said to be destroying the defilements. It is already 1 hour, so this will be elaborated both from the theoretical and practical aspects in the later lectures.